9 years ago, my university professor died suddenly and mysteriously, when truth is all skill. I just found out about the forensic revenge. How scary is it? The anatomy building is the scariest place in the whole medical school. There are skeletons. There's all kinds of tissues, specimens and cadavers. There are also many legends made of golden wood. However, not a single living person has died here. At least never before. Liao Feng was the first. Material is 50 years old. He has been teaching anatomy for over 20 years. Or a consultant to the police department. Exquisite forensic skills. Experienced. He has been involved in several bizarre cases, plays a key role in detection. When Liao Feng was discovered, he was lying on the floor in his office. Mouth foam. Limb twitching. The ambulance staff at the affiliated hospital come as fast as possible, but still one step later than death. Lu Ming walked out from the scene of death. My face is full of regret. I lit a cigarette, looking out the window and sighing. Madam, why did you just leave? Isn't the road like this to you? She quickly fucked over. Anatomy building. The pungent smell of pink marlin was everywhere. It's better to smell smoke. Hey, just treat it as a wife who wants to see off. Oh, right. How's the transcript going? After Lu Ming finished speaking, he often sighed again. I asked all the questions. Nothing suspicious has been found for the time being. Colleagues and students of the deceased said he had a heart condition. Maybe it's a disease attack. Overdue while turning the pen and falling side by side. Suddenly, a black shadow appeared. You've been going out to the death scene. Lu Ming's instinct is for people to take the tree. A clear river will throw you to the ground. Clean movement. Let go of me. I am a student of that teacher. I came to see him one last time. Pressed to the ground. It was me who was still blocking my sophomore year. I'm struggling on the ground. The roadside seemed to have suddenly thought of something. Let me pull, get up and ask loudly. What's your name? Zhongli. Hear my name. Lu Ming suddenly smiled. Because Sister Liao Fengxing often jokes about him. If I die, the first person to see me must be Zhongli. Do you believe it or not? I didn't expect him to be right. You are what Teacher Liao said. Is that the Vice Captain Lu who is often mentioned? My eyes passed over Lu Ming. Finally, it landed on Lu Ming's right hand holding the rock. Since you quit, don't smoke. Mr. Liao won't like this way of thinking. The road will be stunned for a while. Look at me and look at the cigarette in my right hand. With his years of waking observation experience, I didn't understand for a while. How do I see it? Can I come in? I just mean the scene of death. Come with me. Lu Ming blocked again. Nod and lead me to the scene of death. Fish Creek follows. Pick up school office. A technician and a very young man. The doctor was busy crouching beside Liao Feng's body. The technicians are quite sophisticated. The young forensic doctor's movements seemed a little rusty. Even a little scrambled. The dear people come in. The young forensic doctor stood up quickly. I'm a little nervous. What about the gloves? The deceased Lu Xiaofeng, 50 years old. Initial judgment. Cause of death. Sudden coronary death. Time of death 10:10. The rest of the tests will not be available until they are missed. Oh, I suddenly interrupted. Wait a minute, it's not that simple. Yeah, everybody's looking at me at the same time. I found a pair of disposable gloves to put on. No matter whether others agree or not. Squatting beside Liao Feng's body. Start examining the corpse. Who is this kid? He can't behave like this, can he? I'll sign up for one tomorrow. He is a student of Lao Liao. Lao Liao's head is gone, he may not be able to accept it. So let him see. Also imitate. Luo Ming's eyes never left me. And I stood up. The tone rises suddenly. No, Teacher Liao was killed by someone. Everyone in the room was taken aback. And FA quit at that time. What nonsense are you talking about? I said that Teacher Liao was murdered. If you don't believe me, let's assume. If you have a heart attack. What was the first reaction? My tone was unusually firm. His gaze swept across everyone in the room. Finally landed on the forensic doctor. Find medicine. Yuaris girl remembered that it was Yushi. The first to react. And then it dawned on everybody else. Yes, the first reaction is to find medicine. Teacher Liang has a habit. He likes it. Put a few words in the right pocket of Bai Dugwan. It is convenient to soak like this. But now, Teacher Liang's versatile pocket is empty. Do you think it's normal? I said run away. Seal the double pockets of the white official. It's really empty inside. Well, that's not enough to prove he was murdered. Maybe. Perhaps he will. The spinal medicine was placed in another white official's pocket. Maybe. Of course, the anti-knife is more than that. The lesson plan book on the table is in the right position. The last word doesn't shake. The pen is closed. And the glass broke. There are only a few crystals on the ground. Same direction as dog cup fragments and crystals, and the direction where Teacher Liao fell. It can be inferred that he was walking to the fountain with the cup. And it was on his way to the water dispenser. Stunned by a blow. Oh, stun. It was a word that struck a chord. Look here, I'll unseal the bait. Push the hair behind the bait. Immediately a small tip of the fish was fished out. Breast convex fracture in young children is obviously caused by serious illness. Severe illness in this area can easily lead to fainting. And it's hidden. Should not be discovered. The bear said it was obviously very clear about this. The forensic doctor's color suddenly changed, missing such an important detail. He comes with an inescapable responsibility. Fortunately, the death certificate has not been released. Otherwise, the trouble can be answered. Lu Ming became a forensic doctor. You go on. Since the old material was knocked unconscious, what about death symptoms? Stunned is the first step. And then comes the deadliest part. I raise Liao Feng's left hand. Point to a micro on the dorsal vein of the hand. Unchargeable little red dot. Chen Xing got the idea. This is a new real pain. The murderer knew that Mr. Liao was sick these days. Hanging bottles every day causes a lot of vacuum marks to be left on the blood vessels. So he uses these pinholes for cover. Put the red-faced poison. Injected into Mr. Liao's veins. Finally, the first reaction in my life. Teacher-student path. It's the poison of arrhythmia. That's right, the greening is pushed by the veins. Able to prevent gastrointestinal symptoms from directly affecting the heart, rapidly inducing arrhythmia. Caused sudden death from coronary heart disease. In the end, the murderer is a cubic one. He also took the first aid medicine from Mr. Liao's pocket. Wow, that's called a stinky foot test. Fei and cold sweat drips down. Quickly get it for Liao Peng. Hi. Yunxi put my everything in her mind. I've sorted out everything, I said. I looked at the people around me again. Suddenly panicked. Doesn't that mean the murderer is Liao Feng's real-world friends? Below Lu Mingchen. A cold light bursts out from the floating. More than just real-world friends. The people in this office. I nod my head, looking down at his teammate Feng's face full of vicissitudes. It's murder. The police even. Du Shuquan. I believe you already know why you were arrested. Is there anything you want to say? Lu Ming sits in the middle of the interrogation table, gives a strong sense of oppression. It's not me. I didn't kill Mr. Liao. How many times do you have to say it before you believe me? Gao Shou wears gloves. Sitting on the chair directly opposite. He was clawing at his hair, looking very agitated. A young officer stood next to him, taking notes. Later on, I was watching the interrogation. This was obtained with the acquiescence of Lu Ming. Bystander defect. These are the confessions of the 5th grade parting students. There are 50,000 student certificates. Your relationship with Liao Feng is very bad. Multiple quarrels within a week. They even threatened to bury each other. Lu Feng went to a record and threw it on the table and knocked it. It's the following pair of me and Liao Feng. You are really not good, but it's none of my business. They started talking. Lu Ming became even more curious. Because Liao Feng is not a troublemaker. Oh, tell me exactly what's going on. About half a month ago. The material room is like a different person. The temper is getting worse. He always picked on me on purpose. For the sake of his seniority, I put up with it. Later, I found out that he had deliberately targeted me. Even my excitement is so great that it smokes me a few words. I came here because I couldn't take it anymore and quarreled with him. And it gets louder and louder. Another time I almost got into a fight. So you're so angry that you want to be kind. Lu Ming's eyes suddenly widened. With the eyes of the main shooter, he despised the pit bull dog. He knows very well. When a criminal suddenly faces such a gaze, he will definitely panic. It was exposed. I didn't fight boxing and didn't draw. I got more excited. Almost got up from the chair. Besides, I'm not stupid. Many quarrels were seen and heard by the snowman. Didn't I kill him by myself? Humph, of course you're not stupid. Lu Ming sneered a few times, throw the gall on the table with a bang. So you take advantage of old-fashioned expensive poultry diseases. An elaborate head homicide. Make it look like he died of a sudden death without courage. So he naturally has no agreement. Saw Zhang Wuji's pills and nitroglycerin beer. Zhou Doshuchen's face suddenly changed. You can see the broken syringe. And when I also heard the words poison and kill. He looked shocked. Poisoning. Liao Feng was poisoned. Lu Ming ignored it. Leaned forward. Squinting at the fighting dog. Lao Liao was injected with greening. Induced arrhythmia causing sudden death from coronary heart disease. Forensics in his blood and this syringe. All detected green cups. At the same time, on syringes and medicines. Your fingerprints have been collected. You told me. So what's going on here? They all said that the volume was stunned for a while before returning to his senses. Urgent opportunity to cry. That's not me. I am innocent. I don't know anything about syringes. How come? There is no continuous factory certificate. I can't tell you about fingerprints. You think I'll believe you if I listen to you a few words? Lu Ming clasped the table with his hand. Dong dong dong, like a heavy drum beating on the heart of Do Shuchuan. We had another big fight this morning. I saw him leave his white coat in the office. In a rage. I can't enjoy his medicine. So I ended up not doing that. I put the medicine back. I swear I didn't do it. When I say the whole shadow escapes the ceiling. This time I'm really crying. Now there is no argument. Murder attacks are also very reliable. I didn't help him find proof. He's really indefensible. I almost think I killed someone. Just then. Suddenly, there was a thumping sound from the one-way glass. Is Lu Ming wrong? Ignore. I just bit my mouth and was interrupted by a thump thump thump. He stood up angrily. Pull open the door and rush into the next door and glared at me. Drag what? How to get out? I said solemnly to Lu Ming's angry eyes. I'm sorry, Do Shuquan is not the murderer. All the evidence points to a gunfight. What makes you think he's not the killer? I'm through the glass. Pointed to the hand that was scratching the hair. Did you notice his hands? What happened to his hand? Turn your head on the roadside and spray it on the pocket and go out, except for 2 band-aids. No tribal sites were observed. Very toxic to Huabei. Or it can be taken orally. Aspiration and injection poisoning. Exposure is also highly likely to cause poisoning. So in the case of a hand injury, as a medical school teacher, it's absolutely impossible not to wear gloves, risk poisoning to touch the green cup. And I paused. Then run away. Secondly, I just noticed 2 band-aids. Stick it on the thumb and pulp of the right hand respectively. And the second knuckle of the index finger. The surface of the band-aid is slightly dirty. There are traces of water entering and drying on the edge. This means he should have been yesterday afternoon, or was injured last night. And if I remember correctly, the fingerprint on the camera just happened to be. Lu Sapling suddenly realized. Inject one of the fingerprints. It's the right thumb. If the band-aid was put on last night, then even if the murder, it is also impossible to leave a fingerprint of the right thumb. I nod my head. The yellow-haired criminal police speak to reward teachers and become famous. Silver. Check the 2 pairs of dads on his right hand. See if there are any wounds. Lu Ming roared at Shuishuan City. Through one-way glass, you can see the whole process of the ice inspection. No, there is a wound. Not too young, all stuck. From whom did Doberman's voice come? Now I'm framing Junting. I see Luning. Boy, can you observe? If only they had your powers of observation. I'll save a lot of trouble. Lu Ming finished speaking. Turn back, who drives? We'll take care of Do Shuquan in the south. Seriously asked. Ziyu, look. This syringe. Did you print it? Elephant. Have you used something similar before today? The report said that the dog seemed to have guessed something. He quickly grabbed the bag and looked at it. I scratched my hair and thought for a while. It suddenly exploded. Oh, I remember now. Yesterday morning when I was taxidermy. Have used these consumed syringes. The iron gate was retrieved and found that one was missing. I thought I just threw it away and didn't care. Please take this. Someone framed me. You must decide for me. And so on and so forth. Kneel on the ground. No matter how you pull it, you can't pull it up. Half an hour later, the punch was taken down. Lu Ming returned to the city and went to the next room. And I sort of narrowed my eyes to give the best summary. We need to find someone who is familiar with both of them. I want to put the two to death. You have both identity and medicine. People with a chemistry background. Small fish in the forest. Come here. Luo Ming walked to the door and shouted. Funny and Tone quickly rushed the trumpet over. You go back to medical school immediately. Insert the interpersonal relationship between Liao Feng and Uncle Do. Send the pair by the way. Oh, didn't you catch all the murderers? Well, Yushi looked puzzled. We have no evidence to make a decision. When the prisoner's confession has been obtained, don't jump to conclusions. Lu Shuming trained him to be overdue for a period of time. Yushi seemed a little reluctant. And when I got to school, I got pulled out of the car and kept walking away. The two of them also started visiting separately. Just didn't expect. Yushi and I will meet again soon. In front of room 301 of the staff dormitory. I will marry you, Qingface. He sleeps first. What are you doing here? Well, I'm calm. Let me express my condolences to Mr. Liao's family. He didn't think much of it. It's just a scream. Soon with the wanton friction of friendship. It always prevents us from being mushy and open. The person who opened the door was a man who looked under 30. The woman is wearing an ordinary furniture suit. Although no makeup. But it still looks beautiful. It's just that his eyes are red. Seems to have just cried. Who are you looking for? The woman asked because Overdue is cross-dressing. So he didn't know that Overdue was the criminal police. Hello. Excuse me, is this Mr. Liao Feng Liao's home? Yushi asked politely. Woman nods. Yushi took out his police ID and said. I'm a police officer. I want to meet his wife in Liping. I wonder if he is at home. As soon as Yushi finished speaking, I poked him from behind. He couldn't help but turn the admission. Why are you poking me? He is He Liping. Teacher Liao's wife. What's that? You are He Liping. Yushi immediately opened his eyes in surprise. Liao Feng is already 50 years old. And the woman in front of her looks less than 30 years old. The age difference is too great. The woman nodded. Sideways to open the door. I am with Liping. What's the matter first? Yushi still has to find a place to crawl in. The two entered the house. Yushi sat down but did not drink tea. May I ask if Mr. Liang had any plans before his death? Or did you offend anyone? Hey, my sixth brother is a very easygoing person. How can you have a grudge against others? He Liping said that she raised her hand and touched her eyes, which were dirty. Suddenly pointed to the wedding photo interview on the wall. How many years have you been married to Teacher Liao? I thought about it through the screen before answering. About 15 years. I pointed to an old photo again. In this photo, you are wearing the white lab coat of the student of the month. You used to be Mr. Liao's student too, right? Dead words and people. The tone was surprised. The alliance stood up and took a closer look. A man and a woman in the photo distinguished the left and right hands of the skeleton specimen. The heads are tilted and still together. It was He Liping and Lioff. He Liping shook slightly. Even now. Fashion will also be wanton. Not to mention 15 years ago. Sophisticated and I did come together. But there were obstacles. Well, my tone suddenly turned cold. So what's the problem? Let your relationship rift. It was irreparable. Even mutual resentment. Humph, you were talking nonsense. Lao Lu and I fell into one fell swoop. He Liping suddenly became very emotional. Unfortunately, I interrupted before I could finish speaking. Nonsense. I sneered. Take down the alley. We swiped our fingers against the wall. Fingertip knife with light dust. Then you tell me. What's up with the dust behind the alley? What dust? Joe? I don't know what you mean. If nothing else, I'm going to ask you out. He Liming got up and prepared to go to class. I pointed to the position where the photo frame was hung. If the photo frame hangs here for a long time, the back wall hardly grazes. And because there is no sunlight, it will not fade. Add some photo frames, able to see obvious border and color differences. But look at this. Not only is there almost no difference between the color and the surroundings, dust is about the same. That says one thing. The photo frame was just hung up. You put it away for a long time before that. He lighting looked closed down. So I took a closer look at the wall behind the photo frame. It turned out to be exactly what I said. Same goes for the wall behind this picture. And this one. This one. Remove the orientation boxes one by one after the deadline. It was also found that almost all the walls behind the photo frames are pushed to death. Well, Ms. He. What the hell is going on? Are you deliberately creating the illusion of family harmony? So he looked at He Liping coldly. He Liping lowered her head and did not speak. The whole body is broken. If you don't say it, I'll say it for you. You met Mr. Liao in the middle of the night. You cheated. I said it out loud. There was finally more anger in his tone. I don't have. He Depaying suddenly cried out. You are not just in case. Return the two to prison and bring them home. If you don't put away Mr. Liao's photo. When you sleep with your lover, you will feel that Teacher Liao is watching you. You are ashamed. And I screamed out. Not afraid of me. He Leaping found in his heart that he was finally fully embraced. Fell straight into my face. Tears rained down. You are married. How could you have the heart to do this to him? Yu Qian, pointing at He Liping's nose as a passive light. You are not me. It's really not me. He Liping leaned her back against her hands while crying. Cut the crap. The opportunity to be honest at the police station. Let's go. The fish play grabbed Holly Ping with force. I suddenly stopped the fish show. Wait a minute. I only reasoned that he was having an affair. It hasn't been deduced that he is the murderer. I stared at Liping's blurred tears. Since you said it wasn't you who did it. Do you have an alibi for recruiting? Well, yes, I really have. He Liping is like a drowning person. Caught the straw. What chapter, girl? He came to me yesterday. Ha ha ha, our car is together every other night. Until 10:30 in the morning. He left together for breakfast. If you don't believe it, leave the community monitoring. And Liping hiding in his face. A stroke of luck emerged. Obviously it made him ashamed. It would also be better than not talking. The time of death of the material is around 10:10. If the surveillance footage can prove that He Liping and his lover didn't leave until 10:30, it's enough to say that people are not that kind of thing. So I thought about it. Always trampled on the weapon. A ridiculous night of strength will help you clear your suspicions. Yu Jingguan Hanram has to continue to investigate. Shrine room. As a friend of the old, I really want to slap you hard in the ear. Explain now. When did you cheat? What is the reason? It is customary to button the table with your fingers. He Lidong bowed his head, face is really red and white. I finally got pregnant with his child 10 years ago. Finally. Lu Ming interrupted. He Liping nodded. He has some problems with that. We are through in vitro artificial. Frightened way to get children. Unfortunately, the good times didn't last long. Maybe I was exposed to transition volta during pregnancy. The reason for wearing. The child had a severe acute abortion. It's about tears welling up in He Liping's eyes. Go on. Looming vinegar plum. Ancient rain. The doctor said I would never be able to pre-order a second child. We started to blame each other. Arguing and even hurting each other. And I went out in a rage. Got drunk. Had a relationship with a strange man. I regretted it afterwards. I swore he would never make the same mistake. But our relationship is still very similar. And in the end, he just moved out. Left me alone at home. So you cheated again? Named after his mother. Now this is going crazy, not without responsibility. Why fight it upside down? Then tell me about this mistress now? Luo Ming got up and went to a pack of tissues and a bottle together. Take the tissue, dry your tears and raise your head. Vomit online. I say almost everything to him. Even those bad luck. I thought he would spit on me. But who knew he was willing to marry me and treat me well for the rest of his life? I didn't believe it at first. But he agreed, and reluctantly chased me for a whole year. So you said yes, you know? Lu Ming, why laugh bitterly? He doesn't nod. I thought the divorce would go smoothly. But who knew he would not agree? Even move within the next 2 years of separation. Come and live, but obviously get revenge on me with him. Revenge me by refusing to divorce. He Lipings, emotions get a little excited. So in a fit of rage, I established a relationship with Wei Zhang. And start having sex at home for a long time. If he were still a man. You won't be able to bear this humiliation. Will definitely divorce me. It didn't work, did it? Lu Ming had already guessed the result. He Liping is afraid that he will expire. Yeah, it didn't work. Later, Wei Qingdu and I begged him in a low voice. But he still doesn't agree. Lu Ming narrowed his eyes. Did you omit a lot? For example, did Wei Cheng ever fight with the old material because of this? Have you ever threatened? Have you ever used murderous intent? He Liping immediately panicked. Quickly explain. We really didn't kill the old guy. Surveillance footage can prove our innocence. Deer song is not monitored by the soft forehead horn. Monitoring is monitoring. The case is like the famous fresh-tailed snake. Before I knew it, I was back at the starting point. I thought Liping and I had a medical background in crime. There is the most abundant crime weapon. Suspicion is the greatest. But if it's difficult, bitterness can prove his kiss with Yu Weicheng. Who is the murderer? Just then, Yushi walked in with Su Weicheng. Obviously angry. The adulterer was caught. Yuping. Su Weicheng and He Liping immediately ran over, holding the hand of peace tightly. He Liping seems to have found support. Lying on Su Weicheng's chest straight off. Liping, why are you crying? Did they bully you? Study the outer wall is tall and strong. Bad guy soft head. In front of several police officers in the house, they clashed angrily. Why are you bullying Liping? I'm going to hook you up. Not really. No one bullies actually, me. Don't be fooled. Land police. Why do you always say something, understand? He Liping quickly wiped away her tears, breaks Su Weicheng's face over and hum. We didn't kill people. What's there to explain? Besides, I wish he died sooner. Su Weicheng has a big temper. Louder. As a result, He Liping praised him as soon as he finished speaking. What nonsense are you talking about? How can you say such nonsense? Don't worry. He Liping's face turned white with fright. How are you watching the video of Xiaoyu supervisor? Lu Ming asked Oo. What does the fish scorpion look back at? Jin Jinka's. Sun Hong is helping him see it. There should be results soon. Then naturally hurry up. You go first, shall we? Go to my side and go there after asking. Go ahead, Luo Ming, finish talking. Let my subordinates take He Liping out. Start asking Su Weicheng alone. Although there is surveillance as evidence. But he still doesn't want to let any clues go. During a small meeting, Su Hongmeng clicked on a video brain of Jianhong. According to the surveillance video at the gate of the elementary school, keep the screen. He and Su Weicheng left primary school at 10:32. Forwarding time difference of 22 minutes. In addition, I also investigated a wish southeast. Surveillance footage of the 3 west gates. No 2 figures were found. As for the north side, it is connected to Fushuiyuan. There is no monitoring equipment in the middle. It's a blind spot. Conduct a survey in calligraphy. Okay, I'm done. Sun Hong, sit down. Lu Ming saw Dubin again. Did you find anything on the list? Dubin finally found a plan to speak. Visited many education staff. Call the leader of the hospital the leader. They all say that Liao Tongmei is very low-key. I haven't served anyone for a few months. Even the opportunity for promotion is initiated by the army. It's a family punch, but there's a clue. I just don't know if it's valuable. Well, let's hear it. Lu Wuming nodded. The Pitbull has borrowed money from several colleagues recently. It hasn't been returned yet, but the amount borrowed is not large, as little as 800. There are only 7 or 8,000 slaves. It shouldn't get to the point of killing people. Du Ming went to Lu Ming and thought about it. It's a pretty good lead. Tomorrow, you will investigate the financial situation of Do Shugu. See if you can sleep. What can you find out? After Lu Ming finished speaking, he stood up and announced the adjournment of the meeting. Everyone also got up one after another and walked out. What about me? I'm more like taking people away. He quickly followed behind Lu Ming. You? Didn't you have a great time working with that kid? Lu Ming's tone was slightly mixed with a smile. Hanging on the harp. Stunned in place, the whole person is confused.